Hi guys, this is a wee test here. I've just arrived at Edinburgh High Court where Alex Salmond trial is this morning. Unfortunately he's already got in. I got stuck in bloody traffic on the way up the road. But as you can see, all the vultures are here already. This is a wee test that runs alright. I'll be back on shortly. I'm trying to get set up for Independence Live. Talk to you later. Hi guys. I'm standing here outside the High Court. Alex already gone in. But as you can see, like the vultures for the press are all like jumping around doing their bits. Every single person, I'll show you in a minute. But basically, people who are not Alex Salmond, so every single person that's going in this door is getting snapped, in the hope that they're probably going to grab some witnesses or grab. Keep your eye on what these guys are printing, because I tell you what, it's utterly dodgy. These are probably aware of the article that appeared yesterday in the Glasgow Herald. Well, I don't know if you're aware, the photographs of the mass murderers and all the rest of it were put on that page. There was also a picture of James Bulger put on it. The Bulger family are absolutely raging about it. And hopefully Neil Mackay is going to get done for contempt of court as well as a few other things. Anyway, they're all here. Let's make sure that we watch them, because I tell you what, I don't know, Jeannie. I couldn't tell you. I was hoping Mackay was going to be here because he was going to get dogs abuse. But he'll probably be staying well away in case they call him in and just jail him for contempt right away. The big outside broadcast lands across here. There's actually less folk here than I thought there might be today, probably because nobody's getting in. Although as far as I know, the court restrictions today, the first day has been held in camera. So basically, there'll be the court will be there. There are going to be two reporters actually in the court. One is the court reporter and the other one is from Associated Press. The rest of the press, journalists I believe, are sitting in a video room with access to a video stream of the thing. Excuse me, that's the coronavirus has grabbed me. There's not enough of a crowd here, don't know that's basically how it's happening. So basically it'll be so that they can make sure that the story that they want to get out gets out, and that nothing leaks, because, well, as you saw, there are agendas which are going on around about here. I mean, like BBC are sitting telling you what to expect for the court case. Well, what I expect for the court case is justice for Alex and retribution for the mainstream media. And you can read that any way you like. As I say, what depends what side you're on as far as the justice. But I hope Alex gets justice, and I hope the mainstream media get utterly dragged through the gutter, which is where they belong. I don't think I've said anything that can get me thrown up in court for that. Morning, Joe. I thought there would have been some supporters here. I'm not working hard today, Elizabeth. I was working a lot harder the other day doing at the women's event doing it at Holyrood on Saturday. Just to get myself arrested down there. Don't fancy getting arrested at the High Court though. Sure. Mind you, if that bastard of a policeman turns up again that came up the other day, I'm going to put press check to put in a complaint about him later on. I'm told that Craig Murray's supposed to come up here this morning at some point. I don't know if he's already arrived and maybe we'll know getting at the court itself. He's going to be going in to see art before it starts. But if he's here, I'll see if I can get an interview with him, because the one he did on Julian Assange in London was amazing. You should check out CraigMurray.org. He's got some really good articles, not specifically on this, but it was reported. He got a letter from the Crown Office saying that they were considering pressing charges against him about a satirical article that he wrote, which had nothing to do with Alex Salmond. They never mentioned Alex Salmond, and the Crown Office said that they were going to take him to court for breach of right, and yet the Herald lightly get away with what's happening with what happened yesterday. That said, I think the Bulger firm, they're going to take legal action against the Herald. I hope Alec does it well for sticking up beside Sutcliffe and all the rest of it. He's an innocent man at the minute. And as I say, all been said and done, if the court is fair and the press haven't managed to poison the whole well for everybody, then hopefully he'll walk out a free man.
When they announced the
Can't believe it. Well, Edinburgh for once is actually very little wind and the sun's shining. That bloody much has pissed me out. I can hardly see my screen. Anyway, that's about it for now, guys. I'm going to switch it off now. I'll put it back on later if anything happens. I can only stay at 1 o'clock today because I've got to be at doctor at 2 o'clock, but I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Freedom. Let's try that again. Okay. We managed to get in to the public gallery up at the court case this morning, in spite of the fact that all the stories in the press were that there would be no public allowed in. It was bollocks. They obviously just didn't want to let a couple of thousand yesers turning up the street. So from now on, don't believe a single thing you read in the paper or hear in the news. Sitting behind Sarah Smith, Alec walked in, looked a bit small and alone behind a big glass screen with 2 big security guards and white shirts either side of him. Then the defence made an application for some things basically about witnesses. Prosecution agreed and did the same. The judge, who Alec probably swore in like once upon a time, said that she would agree to that, and the rest of the stuff today would be held in camera. There would be no public allowed in for the rest of the day because some of the witnesses obviously are protected, as they are in all cases like this. A lot of people are saying, oh God, it's because it's Alec. It's not because it's Alec. It's done in every single case that's the same kind. So there's nothing untoward going on. I'd have been a lot more worried if they hadn't let the public in the way they said it was going to happen, because at the end of the day, despite the fact that I trust the court, I do not trust the prosecution. And I'm allowed to say that I've never trusted the prosecution ever about anything. The ones that work for the state anyway. So anyway, after that, I thought there would be more folk turned up today, just to show some support. It was quite disappointing, but Manny Singh was over for Glasgow. Gail McAteer was there, and there was a few other folk. Didn't recognise him for things. Anyway, that's basically the update for the court, the way it's happening. I'm going to be coming up for the next, well, every day until it's finished. I don't know whether I'll get in or no. As I say, whenever there are victims of these offences, alleged offences, shall we say, whenever they'll be heard in private. And saying that when the defence start their case, that's going to be interesting. We'll be able to get in for all of that. And I also believe that Leslie Evans, not being a victim but being the person that lost the government the court case, will likely have to give her evidence in public. And I'm sure that will be well scrutinised or whitewashed by the mainstream media, depending which way you're looking at. Anyway, that's me signing off now. Talk to you later. Bye guys. Morning guys. What a difference in the weather for yesterday. Windy, wet and chilly. As you can see, the vultures have already arrived. Alex not around yet. They're all waiting for him to come up that hill we did yesterday. So we'll see how it goes this morning. I don't know if we can get in yet. I don't know how the witnesses are going. I'll check that in a wee while once the court's actually open. It's not open yet. Basically, if I can get in, I'll go into it about lunchtime. If not, I'll do what I did yesterday afternoon and get the court reporter feed and put it over so she can follow it as it's happening. Morning, Catherine. How you doing? No worries, man. It's stupid, but see all the live streams I've ever done, I really enjoy doing them, but this, I absolutely hate it. I hate being here, I hate having to be here, I hate what's happening inside. I can't wait till it's all over. my God. That's something you don't see often in Edinburgh. Somebody actually collecting buckets. But you see a lot of things. You see a lot of things in tourist season. A wee bit of Polish movement there. Thought he was coming in from the other side. Bon dia, Benito, how you doing? This might be a bit. It could be as long as a 20-25 minute video just to get about 5 seconds, but I can cut a bit of it down later maybe. It's like you would think this crowd up here didn't get enough photographs yesterday. They're all here again. Vultures, a lot of them. Morning, Sarah, how you doing? I'm hoping we got a few more supporters up here this morning.
Yeah, she.
The problem is, Joe, they're all here like, it's though they send mud in the water, and the problem is, when the blood actually ends up in the water, they'll deny ever having been here. They'll deny anything. There's only one person's blood here. No, the railings are still here. They're just slightly less pressed, but I'm early today. I didn't get here yesterday till about 9:05, and he'd already gone in. So I thought, okay, I'll leave early this morning. But next thing I'm yet, it's 8:45 now. So. So after he's gone in, I'll go in and see if likely be anything in the public gallery of the day if it's going to be all held on camera. Makes you wonder how much these folk pay for their special private parking, eh? STV1.
Listen, my shorts are like my shirt. My shirt is the colour that makes me. That's a colour.
It depends, Joe. Like basically, in all cases, like with sexual offences, the witnesses are given anonymity, which basically means they always clear the court for that. It's called in camera, but basically it's not on camera. So like the press are still in. Basically, they were putting out a story before yesterday. That there were only 2 official press people going to be in, but it seems to be that the whole press are going to stay in, and it's only the public that they're actually thrown out. So like, if anybody's got a press card, then it's too late to apply for one. But Kevin, given you should be applying for a press pass for these things. Yeah, McNeil. See all these railings here? You know the flags that you've got for the bridge? They would fit nice along there like one morning. Know what I'm saying? Twenty 24-foot watch and nothing happening. here we are again. Still arrived here. A wee bit later today, but you've got to see this. Like Edinburgh Council are a bunch of absolute shyster bastards. Right? Have a look at this. You ain't going to believe it. This is a street outside the court. Basically, it's a special event. Can you believe that? I mean, I know there's a bunch of absolute arseholes, but my God. I just thought you might be interested in knowing exactly what kind of shitheads Edinburgh Council are. Oh my God. Must be due shortly, they've got wee baldy for the sky. Just in time to give wee Kay Burley a wee shout. Well, 9 o'clock is later the day and it was yesterday. I just didn't blame him. I'd remind people of something Alex said just after the referendum. In spite of everything that's going on just now, you've no seen the lasting up on it in me. I sincerely hope not. That's the two gold tops, like moving into position. Unfortunately, nobody else seems to be. Okay, I do believe that the sky camera's down there, and somebody might be going to do a live piece to camera for Sky. So let's go up and hijack the Sky to the Sky feed. No, he's just talking to them now. I love hijacking Sky. Oh my God. There's a reason not to pay your TV license, guys. Your father would roll in his grave. Wish it'd been this late yesterday, then I would have been here in time. Fortunately, we've got 2 power packs for me. Morning, Adele. Aye, no worries. It's like it's convenient when we in Edinburgh. And saying that, there's an awful lot of folk a lot closer, like they probably could have been here. What can you do? And saying that, as I say, some of the stories that came out yesterday were a bit disheartening for some people, but at the end of the day, it's a trial. You got to hear both sides. You just got to hear their side first. For those of you who've never been in trouble with the police, this is completely normal. I remember a day in 1985 I went through the back door here. This same guy should be the sheriff. Arrested for being drunk in charge of a Tory. Oh man. Aye, that'll be since yesterday afternoon, Joe, probably. There should be 5,000-year-old Union flags under people's feet, that's what they should be. By the way, just to piss off any, there's no jack up there. Everybody else might give in, but it's still our judiciary. Stick it up your arse. I'm wondering if Nicola Sturgeon should invite Prince Andrew to Holyrood, and maybe they could grab him for some of his historical offences. It's no good, Joe. It's bloody freezing. The wind's blowing right down for the castle. Straight to the hill. And then just as I said that, it hit the building, it hit me straight in the face looking to Princess Street. I'm going to stop this one, then you guys, I'm going to put my power pack on and start another one. Sorry that's. Cheers. Morning everybody. That's the mid-morning break happened at the Salmond trial. So far this morning, the prosecution's case in question, witness H, is now over. And it's now turned over to the defence, turned for cross-examination. So I'm tweeting, sorry, I'm posting a copy of the tweet for James Dolman, the tweet thread for James Dolman, court reporter, on another page, on my main page. So this is just to let you know what's happening. In the meantime, it's still raining in Edinburgh. There's a piper out, I've got a Scottish flag at the top of me. What else could go wrong? So basically, it seems to be going ahead. Seen Alex way in, smile, gives a wave. So knows I'm here. And I'm going to make sure that it all gets out. So I'm going to be back in 10 minutes. I've still not been in the court yet. I'm sitting 12 feet outside the door of the court. All the press are inside. Right. Sarah Smith and all her crowd are inside. And I'm sitting having to get everything that I'm getting on Twitter if you're outside of the door. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to go in, I'll keep doing it. You can follow what's happening. Basically, it's almost live. As quick as I get it, I'm putting it over for Twitter and Facebook. And as I say, I'm not putting any of my own ideas on it or anything like that. And I would advise anybody that's actually look at the stream not to make any comments, because some of the ones I've seen this morning will get you done, and you really didn't want that. At the end of the day, the main reason that I'm doing this now is to make sure that we've got a proper thing of what's going on in there, and know the one that the mainstream media tells us when we come out. It's not make any decisions or anything else. It's just to make sure that they don't whitewash it or whatever way they want to do it themselves, because they will. I saw the Sky News thing last night and it was absolutely nothing like what was actually happening inside. So we'll keep it going. We'll keep making sure that you're getting everything the way it's happening, and then you'll know how much the mainstream media are lying later on. That's it. Talk to you later. Good afternoon, everyone. It's now lunchtime. Lunch is going down the good horrible lunch, and the press are all way to do their lunchtime things. It was an interesting morning. Prosecution's case, continued as it did yesterday. And then when the defence took over after the break this morning, Sheila McCall seems to be handling the cross-examination for the defence, which I believe is a good tactic, because people don't know the idea. Alleged victims being harassed on the stand by mouthy male lawyers, and I can understand that. But there's been some interesting things actually put, which I'm not going to talk about on here. It's all available on the thread that I did. It's all available on the thread that I did earlier on, which is a direct copy for the court reporter. So then you don't see me paraphrasing anything on here or putting any of my own spin on it. But as I say, everything's on the thread that I wrote there. You can see it yourself, and you can make your own mind up. What I would ask is that you don't actually, I mean, nobody can stop you having an idea, but don't put it online. Don't put it on the posts, because if they do get pissed off about some of the things that are on them, which they will, they might well stop the guy that's in the court actually tweeting it, and then I'll not be able to send it to you, in which case then we'll be left depending on the mainstream media. It's like, let's make sure that we hold the press to account, and let the courts do their job well. It seems to be being run scrupulously, fairly. There seems to be an idea as to how tactics are working both for the prosecution and the defence, and I think it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. But as I say, if you follow the thread that I put there, you've got a lot of interesting information, and you can glean what you like out of that. Talk to you later. That was a quick one. Just go off to replay it, I just got him going in there. Sorry guys, he just jumped in and went straight in. So that's going to be a really short one. So here, go back to the start of this video, just got him right at the start, he just jumped out from behind that police van here. So that's basically that. So there you go. Right, I'm going to go in and see if we can get a ticket for the public gallery if they let them in. I'll start putting the court report over for Twitter shortly. Although it might be, if I'm in the court, I'll not be able to do it. If I can't get into the court, if they're going to have protected witnesses in, I'll go back to the road and do it through there. Talk to you later, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. It's now lunchtime. I'm just going down and get horrible court lunch. And the press are all way to do their lunchtime things. It was an interesting morning. Prosecution's case continued as it did yesterday, and then when the defence took over after the break this morning, Sheila McCall seems to be handling the cross-examination for the defence, which I believe is a good tactic, because people don't like the idea alleged victims being harassed on the stand by mouthy male lawyers, and I can understand that. But there's been some interesting things actually put, which I'm not going to talk about on here. It's all available on the thread that I did. It's all available on the thread that I did earlier on, which is a direct copy for the court reporter. So then you don't see me paraphrasing anything on here or putting any of my own spin on it. But as I say, everything's on the thread that I wrote there. You can see it yourself and you can make your own mind up. What I would ask is that you don't actually, I mean, nobody can stop you having an idea, but don't put it online. Don't put it on the posts, because if they do get pissed off about some of the things that are on them, which they will, they might well stop the guy that's in the court actually tweeting it, and then I'll not be able to send it to you, in which case then we'll be left depending on the mainstream media. It's like, let's make sure that we hold the press to account, and let the courts do their job well. It seems to be being run scrupulously, fairly. There seems to be an idea as to how tactics are working both for the prosecution and the defence, and I think it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. But as I say, if you follow the thread that I put there, you've got a lot of interesting information, and you can glean what you like out of that. Talk to you later. Morning everybody. That's the mid-morning break happened at the Salmond trial. So far this morning, the prosecution's case in question, witness H, is now over, and it's now turned over to the defence, turned for cross-examination. So I'm tweeting, sorry, I'm posting a copy of the tweet for James Dole, the tweet thread for James Dolman, court reporter, on another page, on my main page. So this is just to let you know what's happening. In the meantime, it's still raining in Edinburgh. There's a piper, I've got a Scottish flag there at the top of me. What else could go wrong? So basically, it seems to be going ahead. Seen Alan's way in, smile, gives a wave. So knows I'm here, and I'm going to make sure that it all gets out. So I'm going to be back in 10 minutes. I've still not been in the court yet. I'm sitting 12 feet outside the door of the court. All the press are inside. Right. Sarah Smith and all her crowd are inside, and I'm sitting having to get everything that I'm getting on Twitter if you're outside of the door. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to go in. I'll keep doing it. You can follow what's happening. Basically, it's almost live. As quick as I get it, I'm putting it over for Twitter and Facebook. And as I say, I'm not putting any of my own ideas on it or anything like that. And I would advise anybody that's actually look at the stream not to make any comments, because some of the ones I've seen this morning will get you done, and you really didn't want that. At the end of the day, the main reason that I'm doing this now is to make sure that we've got a proper thing of what's going on in there, and not the one that the mainstream media tells us when we come out. It's not make any decisions or anything else. It's just to make sure that they don't whitewash it or whatever way they want to do it themselves, because they will. I saw the Sky News thing last night, and it was absolutely nothing like what was actually happening inside. So we'll keep it going. We'll keep making sure that you're getting everything the way it's happening, and and then you'll know how much the mainstream media are lying later on. That's it. Talk to you later. That was a quick one. Just go off to replay it, I just got him going in there. Sorry guys, he just jumped in and went straight in. So that's going to be a really short one. So here, go back to the start of this video, just got him right at the start, he just jumped out from behind that pole one here. So that's basically that. So there you go. Right, I'm going to go in and see if we can get a ticket for the public gallery if they let them in. I'll start putting the court report over for Twitter shortly. Although it might be if I'm in the court, I'll not be able to do it. If I can't get into the court, if they're going to have protected witnesses in, I'll go back to the road and do it through there. Talk to you later, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. It's now lunchtime. Lunch is going down the good horrible lunch. And the press are all away to do their lunchtime things. It was an interesting morning. Prosecution's case continued as it did yesterday. And then when the defence took over after the break this morning, Sheila McCall seems to be handling the cross-examination for the defence, which I believe is a good tactic, because people don't like the idea alleged victims being harassed on the stand by mouthy male lawyers, and I can understand that. But there's been some interesting things actually put, which I'm not going to talk about on here. It's all available on the thread that I did. It's all available on the thread that I did earlier on, which is a direct copy for the court reporter. So then you don't see me paraphrasing anything on here or putting any of my own spin on it. But as I say, everything's on the thread that I wrote there. You can see it yourself, and you can make your own mind up. What I would ask is that you don't actually, I mean, nobody can stop you having an idea, but don't put it online. Don't put it on the posts, because if they do get pissed off about some of the things that are on them, which they will, they might well stop the guy that's in the court actually tweeting it, and then I'll not be able to send it to you, in which case then we'll be left depending on the mainstream media. It's like, let's make sure that we hold the press to account, and let the courts do their job well. It seems to be being run scrupulously, fairly. There seems to be an idea as to how tactics are working both for the prosecution and the defence, and I think it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. But as I say, if you follow the thread that I put there, you've got a lot of interesting information, and you can glean what you like out of that. Talk to you later. Morning everybody. That's the mid-morning break happened. at the Salmond trial. So like so far this morning, the prosecution's case in question, witness H, is now over, and it's now turned over to the defence, turned for cross-examination. So like I'm tweeting, sorry, I'm posting a copy of the tweet for James Dolman, the tweet thread for James Dolman, court reporter, on another page, well, so on my main page. So this is just to let you know what's happening. In the meantime, it's still raining in Edinburgh. There's a pipe of it. I've got a Scottish flag there at the top of me. What else could go wrong? So basically, it seems to be going ahead. Seen Alan's way in. Smile gives a wave. So like, knows I'm here. And I'm going to make sure that it all gets out. So I'm going to be back in 10 minutes. I've still not been in the court yet. I'm sitting 12 feet outside the door of the court. All the press are inside. Right. Sarah Smith and all her crowd are inside. And I'm sitting home to get everything I'm getting on Twitter if you outside of the door. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to go in. I'll keep doing it. You can follow what's happening. Basically, it's almost live. As quick as I get it, I'm putting it over for Twitter and Facebook. And as I say, I'm not putting any of my own ideas on it or anything like that. And I would advise anybody that's actually like, look at the stream not to make any comments, because some of the ones I've seen this morning will get you done, and you really didn't want that. At the end of the day, the main reason that I'm doing this now is to make sure that we've got a proper thing of what's going on in there, and know the one that the mainstream media tells us when we come out. It's not make any decisions or anything else. It's just to make sure that they don't whitewash it or whatever way they want to do it themselves, because they will. I saw the Sky News thing last night. It was absolutely nothing like what was actually happening inside. So we'll keep it going. We'll keep making sure that you're getting everything the way it's happening, and then you'll know how much the mainstream media are lying later on. That's it. Talk to you later. That was a quick one. Just I got off to replay it. I just got him going in there. Sorry guys, he just jumped in and went straight in. So that's going to be a really short one. So here, go back to the start of this video. Just got him right at the start. He just jumped out from behind that police van here. So that's basically that. So there you go. Right, I'm going to go in and see if we can get a ticket for the public gallery if they're letting them in. I'll start putting the court report over for Twitter shortly. Although it might be if I'm in the court, I'll not be able to do it. If I can't get into the court, if they're going to have protected witnesses in, I'll go back to the road and do it for there. Talk to you later, guys. I'm not turning when I'm live, you fucking dicks. Morning, freedom fighters. Outside Edinburgh High Court. Just waiting on Alec turning up. Like, going in to get my pass. There are no witnesses up outside the court the day because there was too many folk yesterday and there was no seats for them. So we're all having to sit down the stair, which is a bit of a pain in the arse because I got number 2, like there's definitely 2 seats. So like, it's going to be an interesting day. It's starting off in close court again. We went to see who was on yesterday. Just waiting on Alec turning up now, and then I'll keep you updated on the live thing as usual. So that's it. Just let you know what's happening. Maybe I'll be a bit later getting things on the day because it's a wee bit more complicated to get this. I'm just watching every car coming by just in case it turns up in the end because you shouldn't have paid it long. In fact, I'll maybe leave this on for a wee bit just see if we can get on when he comes round. Anyway, yesterday was an interesting day. As you've probably seen. You can understand now why the SNP wanted to have their general election before this came up, because I'll tell you what, for some of the things I'm seeing just now, they're in serious turmoil by the time this comes out. And as I say, when and if Alex is cleared, there are going to be heads rolling for right at the very top. Turn this around now and let you see all the vultures across there. There we have the vultures. And we've got another supporter turned up today. Well, say hello, Jim.
Right.
Another.
Just passing.
Just passing the support. What time is it? It's only 9:25. No, I'm going to stop with you guys. You'll probably only be in for another 15 or 20 minutes. So I'll talk to you later anyway. Have a good one, and watch for my feed. Morning everybody. I'm outside the court just now. I just got my ticket to go in. It's an open court for the time it starts this morning. So we'll go get in right away rather than hanging around all day. Hope to get us an odd 20 minutes over the place. So that's basically a lot better. Finally got up here at this time of the morning and guaranteed to get in. So if there's any of the rest of us that are local and want to actually get in the court, there's tickets available at the desk at the court. Just this basically just a wee thing about what's going to happen today. I've got this. I'm going to be in the court live feeding until about 11:30, and I'm coming out at the break to have a wee chat with Kevin Gibney of Independence Live about the digital rally that he's trying to put on and the Bridges for Indy thing that we're trying to do on the 4th of April. Now that Arbroson's going to happen. It's a lot safer, like if everybody's just standing on a bridge without a load of other people there, and that's basically the idea. We've also Kevin's digital rally. We've got people from Canada, New Zealand, Egypt, and all over Europe are going to send us wee 2-minute videos about what they actually feel about the Declaration of Arbroath. It's going to be mental stuff. And as I say, we'll make sure that the live feed here comes in okay. So, getting in the court, I'm always in the court report of the day I'm doing myself, so I'll have to be careful when I'm writing So I'll see you all later on. Cheers. Good morning, guys. Just a quick wee one. I was hoping to be able to do the live feed out of the core, but when we got in, they basically told us all to switch our phones off. The press have got them, so we'll be able to catch up with what was been said in there. I've heard it and seen it, so kind of know what's going on, but it means that there's going to be a bit of delay in the live feed till I catch everything up, because it's a morning break, and as I say, like, they're very, very heavy about switching the phones off, and I think it's because now that the jury's in, they're worried that somebody might photograph them or something like that. So that's the crack just now. So I'm going to be on Independence Live in another 5 minutes. So I was just keeping you up to date with what's happening. I'll update the live feed as soon as I get any more information, probably the next like 20-30 minutes. Talk to you later. Morning, just arrived in court. The defence is due to start today in the trial. So it was a wee bit of a break because the bus was late, so I thought I'll get up here and find out the public gallery all the tickets have gone. But still managed, although there's a lot less than usual. So I'm hoping that Craig Murray's got up here this morning sometime as well. Now, my live feed is not going to be so live today because I'll be in court and they make you switch your phone off in case you take photographs of the jury or something like that. So basically, the live feed will be not live, there'll be a feed. I'll come out and I'll update it at morning break and at lunchtime. But we should be kicking off short. Still waiting for Alec to turn up. The press are here as usual. There seems to be a lot of them today, so I wonder if they're expecting something. I'm kind of expecting something myself, because I tell you what, Alec's lawyers are shouting up, I've seen them already, and now it's going to be their turn to play. So that's it for here at the minute. I'll keep you updated later on. I'm going to put another post up which will have the live feed, well, what's normally the live feed, but I'll make sure it's there at the breaks. Talk to you later. Freedom. Good morning, guys. It's morning break. I've been in the court since the start this morning. Alec's giving evidence. He's been questioned by his defence QC, Gordon Jackson, and Gordon Jackson's playing a blinder. I'm sitting right next to Craig Murray, who's writing it all down. I'll not be able to remember half the stuff that's been going on. But he's been playing a blinder, including actually arguing with the judge, which was really funny. I've never seen anybody say no to a High Court judge in my life. It was an absolute cracker. But probably nobody will mention that. But it's been an interesting morning, and there's been a lot of explanations made for a lot of these charges that have been put against them, and certainly there's a lot of room for reasonable doubt for what's been said. I mean, they're feasible explanations. So it's going to be an interesting morning. I think he's going to be questioned for most of the day. Just be defence people, probably the prosecution will be cross-examining tomorrow because there's an awful lot of stuff to go through. But it's the place is absolutely jam-packed. If you didn't have a ticket, you wouldn't get in now. Like the high agents for the press are here. They've got Kirsty's here for the news night and all the rest of it as well. So I guess it's going to be quite big. So anyway, that's a quick update now. Alex in the dock. He's defending himself robustly, I believe was the word that you said. No, sorry. So he's defending himself robustly. Gordon Jackson is doing a great job, and he's a able to catch up with later. Talk to you later, guys. I've got to finish my fagging and I'll be back in again. Cheers. Good afternoon, everyone. It's 1 o'clock. The first morning for the defence is finished, and it's been a morning that I wouldn't have missed for anything. I'll tell you what, the tickets that they sold for doing there at New Year, the fireworks that were up there at New Year, nothing of what went on in that court. Basically, Alec turned around and said in open court that there is a complete fabrication for political purposes between 4 or 5 of the witnesses, and he said that from the stand. And that was really, really big. I've been sitting beside Craig Murray for the morning, been sitting with him this afternoon. But those words, to actually hear them, it's extremely interesting the way things is going. There's been explanations for some of the, if you like, in inverted commas, minor charges. There's been something else which I'm not sure it would be legal to actually tell you. I'll need to check it first with other people before I know whether I can put it out or not. Suffice to say that at one point the judge sent the jury out because they couldn't hear something, and when that was done there was a discussion between ex-lawyer GC Gordon Jackson and the judge. Then the prosecution had their say, and at the end of the day the judge basically overruled the prosecution on it and allowed the question to go ahead. I'm not saying any more about what the question was or anything else because I'm not quite sure yet whether it would be illegal to put it on, but it's extremely interesting. Those words by Alec, they were dynamite. They were dynamite. I just looked at Craig and Craig looked at me and we sort of grinned at one another, and that was wow, that was dynamite. So that's basically what at the moment. If you just come in just now, go back to the start of this video and I'll be in there again this afternoon, and I'll keep you in touch with what's happening when I come out, and I'll also catch up with the live feed, with the feed later on. Well, I tell you, I know this is a man's life, and I know there are victims here allegedly, but man, if you want to see some serious court action, this is the place to be. Talk to you later. Alright guys, it's 3:45, evidence is just finished for the day. Alex finished giving his evidence. He finished about the back of 3 o'clock. The prosecution's questions were meant to rattle him. It didn't happen at all. It looked very unprepared, but the absolute cracker, and I can't actually tell you a lot about what and why, because it refers to one of the protected witnesses. But basically, the last witness was a former staffer in Alex's office who did some really damning information on one of the prosecution's main witnesses, and it's drew in names of MSPs and all sorts of stuff into it. It's all going to come out later. I can't put it on a live video just in case. I'm not sure what I can say and what I can't, but I'll tell you what. Basically, me and Craig Murray both say it's been a bloody great day for the defence, and it's like the prosecutor is supposed to be really good, but he appeared to be on Valium today. Alex, 2 QCs, Gordon Jackson, he plays it like Columbo, he plays like the forgetful granddad that forgets stuff and doesn't understand stuff, and he allows you into a false sense of security, but he's sharp as hell. And then Sheila McCall is, she's like a master swordswoman. She slices and dices. She's forensic in her questioning, and they've both been up this afternoon, and it's been a privilege to watch it. I always fancied law, but my previous life would never allow me to get into it. Fortunately, my daughter's carrying on for me. But I tell you what, if this is the kind of thing you can get up to, it's got to be mental. Anyway, the good news is that there's probably not going to be very much in the mainstream media tonight, because there's no very much good at all if you're against Alec. That's it now. I'm away down to get my buses. Now, Pishington in Edinburgh. It's been a long day. Watch Craig Murray's blog tonight. There's going to be tons and tons of information. He's better at sorting out what he can put on, what he can't. And there's going to be loads. It's going to be an interesting week. Talk to you later. Alright. Good morning, everyone. Come up with the car today, so there's less chance of me catching any dodgy viruses on the bus. Unfortunately for all you goons out there. Anyway, standing outside Edinburgh High Court. Craig Murray's article for yesterday is now online for all you to go and watch it. He only got it up at 8 o'clock this morning. He's been working like it almost non-stop since last night. He's just arrived here. Anyway, got here today, and the rumour is that Nicola Sturgeon may be getting called as a witness for the defence. So I expect it to be absolutely mental here. Now, it's only a rumour, but it could end up being a bit of a day again. Basically, there was a meeting was held or was set up to the first time this news broke. Before there were any police charges or anything else, there was some about concerns that they had, and it was called with Alex Salmond and a couple of other people and Nicola Sturgeon. So the rumour is that she might be getting called as a witness for the defence today. She wasn't called for the prosecution, so we'll see what happens. Got up here early because obviously it's going to be a bit crazy. Alex already gone in. When he comes out his van. Usually he deadpans it right up the hill, deadpans it right past the press. He looked over and gave us a nod this morning. That's the first time that's happened since the trial started. So he knows we're here. No pipe of the day, but I think that did the job yesterday. That video yesterday, it's over 10,000 views on Facebook and Twitter. So, everybody's doing. We're looking forward to a really interesting day again today. As you, I'll not be able to put out the live things because I'll be in court again. My phone will be switched off. But I'll be out at every break to update on video so that you can be kept up to date with what's happening. It's going to be a mental day. There's also, I believe there are some police that are being called for the defence, which is another interesting point, because normally they're called for the prosecution. Yeah, keep watching, and if any of you got a spare fiver, Independence Lives crowdfunder is going on. I'm going to start banging that for the next couple of days because they really need it. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Alright guys, that's morning session just finished. There have been 3 defence witnesses in so far, including Tasmina Ahmed Sheikh, and basically 3 of the prosecution charges have been completely smashed by the defence. Charges that have no corroboration that were made, but there's corroboration that they actually didn't happen. Has been made this morning, so that's really interesting. The witnesses that have been in have been. There was one who was a business manager. There's all sorts of other stuff that's coming out. There was a rumour that Nicola Sturgeon might be appearing today. She won't want to come within 1,000 yards of this bloody trial, because I'll tell you one thing, the SNP are in this up to their bloody necks, and I can't tell any names, but it's been put out in court here. There's so much I can say, but at the end of the day, without actually naming people, it's difficult to let you know just how deep, but I'm telling you, the SNP are behind us and they're in it up to their bloody necks. And I'm talking about people that go right up to the First Minister's office. That's about it for this morning. I can't say any more. I'm sure Craig Murray will update us in the morning, but I'll tell you one thing, the defence are smashing these charges one by one, and they're smashing them out the park. So things that looked really bad last week are now starting to look a hell of a lot better. That's all for now. I'll talk to you later. I'll come and give you an update at lunchtime. Good afternoon, people. They've closed us off a little bit early for lunch. There's been a couple more witnesses that have appeared since the last video I put out. But basically, the big thing is here that there have been 6 defence witnesses this morning, and only one of them has been cross-examined by the prosecution. Now, this, given the fact that I'm told that the prosecutor is really good, it kind of leads me to the fact that he either thinks that he managed to sew it up with a prosecution case, which I couldn't see, although I got most of the gist coming out, especially in the first 2 days, and he thinks that he's made his case with that, and has decided to basically rest on it, or he thinks that his cross-examination might damage his case even more than the defence did, because they have absolutely slaughtered at least 3 of the prosecution witnesses, the protected witnesses. Their stories have been completely contradicted this morning by defence witnesses who actually were there or around at times and places. So like the prosecution are either very, very certain that they're going to win, or they're being very, very complacent. I don't think they've given up somehow. But to only cross-examine one out of 6 defence witnesses has been an eye-opener. I mean, Craig Murray says the same. It's very, very unusual. We thought at least he would have a go at Tasmina Ahmed Sheikh for working with Alligan and sort of backing him up that way. But he just let her go, no questions at all. The only cross-examination was on the first witness in the morning, and that was cursory at best. So like it's the last 2 days have been really good to me here. I'm in love with Sheila McCall. Honest to God, that woman is so smart. You always get these things where they say, who would you like to have as ideal dinner guest? God, I'd have her in every seat. She's a smart cookie. So things are going very well for the defence. I'm a wee bit worried that I saw somebody saying something through the lawrence saying that the government are saying that jury trials over 3 days are going to be suspended. Hopefully that's not this one, because the defence is on a roll at the moment. As far as I know, there are at least 20 defence witnesses, of whom we've had 8 already since yesterday morning. So I would say the defence case, assuming that there are only 20, might last till tomorrow night. And then, no, I may be wrong, there may be more, but as I say, I know that there are at least 20. It could be over quite soon. But no, we've not heard anything at all. We've not heard anything at all of it so far. I don't know whether it's just England or no. It's been a different kind of day for yesterday. Obviously, the big buzz was with Alec, but like Tasmina was in the day. But one of the most serious cases on the indictment was supposed to have been on a day before a football match, and the person had contacted Tasmina Ahmed Sheikh allegedly. But it turns out Tasmina Ahmed Sheikh that morning had got the news that her father dying and was halfway to London to sort out his funeral, and she burst into tears at that. And that was pretty. But it was effective. I mean, for those that know Tasmina, she can stray along the theatrical, but she I would have bought it. So and she seemed genuinely distressed by the thing, and basically with that, if the jury decide to believe her evidence, then basically it means that one of the major charges that's been brought has been a lie, and considering that has got something to do with one of the people who tied all the rest of them together and basically dragged all the witnesses in all over the place. It's kind of it's been a big day. I mean, basically, apart from Alec's testimony yesterday, Tasmina's was dynamite. Also, we've had Alec's former chief of staff come in this morning to tell us about a meeting that had been arranged when this was before it was reported to the police, and it was just before it was reported to the police, it was just a cause for concern, that's what they call it. There was a meeting arranged with Nicola Sturgeon's Chief of Staff, Alec and his Chief of Staff, to talk it over. That was, I believe, held at Nicola Sturgeon's house on Easter Monday. So like everybody, this is all stuff that's coming out. It's and the stuff that I'm telling you about just now is stuff that's basically in the public domain. And honestly, we spent last week thinking, could we possibly have misjudged this guy because there was so much bad stuff coming out, and at the end of the day, it's like your heart says no, it can't, but your head keeps hearing all this stuff, and I thought no, it's not possible. There would have been a sign long before now. And the last 2 days, I feel Alex has been vindicated. My faith has been vindicated for coming up here. Your faith has been vindicated for believing in him. And I'll tell you one thing, at the end of the day, I had my I stand by Alex Salmond badge that Lindsay Peebles designed for us last year before we went to 500 miles. I passed one on this morning and he's got it. So like, I try to give him a case earlier on. It's going to be an interesting couple of days, but at the end of the day, the prosecution are on the ropes, shall we say, and it's like I hope the jury understand this. I mean, I was told this morning Tommy Sheridan's conviction for perjury was an 8-7 majority decision, and he got 3 years in the jail. So like it can come down to as fine as one person vote. So you're never quite sure. Anyway, that's basically the sum up of the morning. We've got another like 2 hours to do in the afternoon, hopefully. I don't know about the verdict, I don't know if we'll get a verdict this week, but I definitely think that the case will be finished this week. It depends how long it takes the jury to deliberate. Although, to be perfectly, it's difficult to say because I wasn't in to hear the prosecution case, and I was getting it through the filter of what could be said. But now that I'm in, I know who witness A and witness B and witness C and witness D. I know who they all are now, and so do the jury. And knowing that makes a hell of a difference to what actually happened, and knowing what happened and who was involved, and knowing that, all of a sudden, it makes the case so much more for what Alex said for the doc yesterday. Sorry, for the witness stand yesterday. And I don't want to repeat that because at the end of the day, I don't want to be doing anything emotional misjudge. I'm trying to give you facts. But the jury can see that. The people that are up here can see that. We just can't tell you a lot of it. But I think there's a fair possibility that he'll walk in a physical charge. And I'll tell you what, see if he does. If he does, independence is not going to happen for a wee while, and it's a shame. But at the end of the day, it's better that a toxic tower falls that would put away an innocent man. And there's an awful lot of it going on. I'm not saying that Nicola Sturgeon is personally involved, but she's protecting people that are, and she knows that they are. Yeah, that's about it for now. Talk to you later. Hi guys, that's us finished for the day. A couple of witnesses couldn't turn up. One of them just didn't turn up at all. A guy called Alec Bell. With no reason for no turning up. The other one was a police officer who has had to call off due other urgent stuff. Whether they'll be here tomorrow, I don't know. But basically, the defence have said that they've only got a few witnesses to call tomorrow, and then the judge will give their summing up to the jury, and then the jury will go off and make the deliberations. But what's happened today has been seriously great for the defence. Personally, for what I've seen, what I've heard, assuming that I was not biased at all, I'm trying to find reasons at the minute to actually think why would I actually vote for the prosecution on what I've heard, and at the end of the day, I can't see it happening. I'm sure he's going to get off every single one of them. In which case, that's a good thing for Alex Salmond. It's a very, very bad thing for the SNP, and indirectly probably for independents, which is probably why they were happy to have that general election like at the end of last year, because this is going to bring in a lot of things that are just absolutely shocking. Basically, if as I expect, Alex is found not guilty, then there has been collusion between members of the civil service and the Scottish Government at a very, very high level, to basically bring Alex down for their own reasons. Now, Alex has basically described himself as a retired politician. When this is finished, he's not just going to sit down and disappear. There's going to be repercussions for anybody at all who is part of this. So it's looking good. It's looking very, very good. Just spoke to him on the way out. He says thanks for all the support he's been getting. I know there's only been a few years here, but he knows that you're all watching. He knows that you're all reading, and he's very, very thankful for all the support that he's got for you all. In fact, so much so that I've got this on just now. I would assume by now he's called his taxi, and he may turn up shortly. So I'm going to send. I'm going to put this one off just now, turn my camera around and try and get him on the way out. I think you might see a wee smile on his face on the way out today rather than the deadpan one that he's had for the last couple of days. That's it for now. Watch Craig Murray's blog later on. He's going to, oh no, he's still there, but basically he's going to be writing it up early in the day without going to sleep beforehand. So I'll sign off for now, and I'll try and get him on his way out. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Guys, I'm informed that Alex's car's just arrived, so he should be coming out kind of shortly. So hoping to grab this. Hopefully it doesn't take half an hour again. That's the problem with trying to get these things going before it happens. But it's supposed to have arrived to get myself. Seeing as I don't have a long lens, let's do it this way. This is what we've got at the end of here, like. They're all sitting waiting. It's like earlier on in the week, they were all sitting here baying for blood, expecting that there was chump thrown in the water and that we were going to get something big. As it turns out, they're more likely to be like parked outside Butte House on Monday.
No, I've not heard any of that. Nobody's heard any of that.
Or at least the civil service office.
That's all I think, so but you still need to go to the chemist to go to the shop. No.
Oh, they've still got a few here, George. But at the end of the day, we'll see. We'll see what happens. BG, say we can do it better than you. So basically, this is the door of the High Court.
Well, there's nothing in place yet. They can't.
But so a wee update on the day anyway. There's been a total 8 witnesses called today. There has been 1 cross-examination by the prosecution, and they've let the other 7 go. It looks basically like the prosecution are relying on the Muroff doctrine, which basically says that you need to have, if you don't have corroboration, you need to have 2 offences similar that can sort of make the other one work. Unfortunately, for the prosecution, they have not been able to supply 1 piece of corroboration of anything. They say, okay, they've already dropped a charge. They've already dropped a charge. And sorry, I think he's coming out now. Anyway, right, so going back to that, it looks like that's the way they're going. There's been no attempt to cross-examine any of the defence witnesses, and the defence witnesses have basically dissected charge after charge after charge after charge. This afternoon, there was one about one of them who basically, Alec had said that he was pulling her hair. There was a witness come in this afternoon for the civil service that said everybody in the office did it regularly. Because I mean, it's not often people like get their hair pulled, but if it was somebody like Ruth Watson, for instance, for Kerry Muir, sorry Ruth, I wouldn't suggest pulling your hair, but it does look pullable. It's basically what will happen tomorrow. The defence will finish their case. The judge will then give instructions to the jury as to like what to do and how to do it. The jury may be asked to consider all charges. Maybe some of the charges might actually be instructed by the judge that they're not possible. It could go anyway. But then the jury will retire. You only need an 8-7 in Scotland. As I say, like Tommy Sheridan's perjury trial, he was only convicted on an 8-7, and he got 3 years for it. So some other jurisdictions you've got to have a minimum of say 9-6 or 10-5, things like that, but not Scotland. So I'm sitting gibbering on here talking loads of sides, just basically so as you can catch him coming out, because I was standing with Craig on the way, and he came up and actually thanked us for coming, which was great, because and I say that there may not be thousands this year, but there's thousands supporting you online. Oh, James Stewart, I've just mentioned Ruth Watson and about pulling her hair, like, please don't tell her. I wouldn't like to find myself up in the High Court charged by an indecent assault. I've got my phone on my battery pack here, which is kind of fortunate because it was quite short at dinner time, so it shouldn't have run out before he comes out, hopefully. Well, basically, Anna, I've been sitting thinking all week, it would be absolutely terrible if he ended up getting a knock probing, because you would get stuff sticking into his reputation. He needs to be found not guilty completely, and then he can go to town, because if he's found not guilty, then there has been a massive conspiracy against him, and a conspiracy where people are allowed to remain anonymous. Yeah, definitely not. That bastard verdict, as they say, he has to leave here without a stain in his character. And when he does, then there will be retribution. I say that. SJ, basically, it looks like the trial itself, the evidence will be finished quite early tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning. The summing up for the judge. The summing up for the judge will happen to the jury, and then it's a question of how long it takes. I think there's a press car just came rushing in. It was probably going to be done for all sorts of traffic offences. They weren't expecting to finish early. Let's hope it's for the Herald. Well, I'll tell you, James, it's not just me. Everybody I've spoke to here today, and as I say, some of them are press, some of them are supporters, some of them are complete bloody goons, and at the end of the day, everybody thinks the same thing. I even heard Sarah Smith in a conversation I shouldn't have been listening to actually saying it herself. Of course, she won't say that on Reporting Scotland tonight. See, our Scottish National Health Service is still working at full volume. Lyle, I don't exactly know how that's going to work, because at the end of the day, the party are in charge of their own disciplinary. The problem is that the party is run by people who are involved in all this. And that makes things awfully difficult. So I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, basically, there will have to be a clear out one way. The problem is when this is actually out, and I'm not talking about after this trial. As I say, Alec will be out for retribution on this. And at the end of the day, there's things that can be done in the civil courts to like make these people known, and just because we know who they are, and when I say we, I'm talking about people who are in the court. But the thing is, you should be anonymous. You should be anonymous if something like that's happened. But like, if in a court case there's a proof of conspiracy against someone who then is acquitted, then the rules need to change. But I don't know how it's going to work on. I mean, new party's never in much luck. Can we afford to actually sit for 5 years under another government while they completely dismantle everything that happens in Holyrood? Because that's what the unions would do. At the end of the day, can the SNP survive this, given the fact that we don't know. We just don't know. I would sign up for a Salmond party tomorrow. I've always said that. At the end of the day, he was the leader. We walked into the referendum. We said we'd follow him into hell and back. We've only been to hell, we're not back yet.
There's not one of your presidents have actually grown their economy that way for a long period of time.
But he's still a horse's rear end.
Yeah, well, it might not like what he says, but I'm a libertarian, so I believe in free speech. So you should have the right to say what you want to say. That's what America was based on.
He's a terrible globalist. He might be a good American. He's a terrible globalist.
I know I don't like the globalists either. They want to move towards a one-world government and a one-world currency, and that's very bad because that would lead to fascism and a totalitarian political class. So these guys like Hume and Adam Smith down there, they were the founders of America, or the type of America they wanted for freedom of speech. Because the state used to oppress the
I don't know, Anna. The biggest problem I'm seeing just now is that if Alec walks, I think India's destroyed for the next 6 or 7 years. But I don't want to see an innocent man go down to say that in the next 15 months. History will judge the present leadership. History will judge the present leadership on a lot of different things. Because who's clerking? No, it's no. No, it's no. He's nowhere near. So basically, as I was saying, this is the door of the High Court. Well, I think, Jeannie, I'm looking forward to what happens in Edinburgh Central. Basically, if Joanna Cherry gets a nomination, there may be hope to get the SNP back. If Angus Robertson gets it, bye-bye. And I tell you, the Yes movement will leave in droves. Because at the end of the day, they can say the gradualist thing and all the rest of it. It's like, damn it, I can't tell you it happened in here. So there's just stuff. We need somebody who's going to put independence first and foremost in the party. Somebody who's going to like basically take the bull by the horns and move it. Jumping about on all this gender reform and all the rest of it. I've been expecting for the last 15 minutes, like these cars just round the corner. The people that come in with it, or at least one's already left. So like, yeah, anytime. Sorry about that. And of course, I've already told you about all the other videos, so I've got nothing really very sensible to say anymore without getting myself into serious trouble with the judge. What was Alex? No, it wasn't. if that was Alex, then explain this. Okay. It's like Easter Road on a Saturday afternoon. There's about 100 people here. No, there's not even that many. Aye, Gina, as I say, basically, that nomination is going to be a fight for the heart and soul of the SNP. Are they going to be a party that are there for independence, or are they going to be there for a party government? It's like they were better in opposition. At least they were. Sorry, they weren't necessarily. They were more hungry for independence in opposition. They've got no hunger anymore, and I think 5 years in opposition might just get that hunger back. Because I don't think they're going to get anywhere in the next 5 years the way they're going. At least we get something for it.
Not quite every day. Not every day. Even though they're trying to
28 live viewers all watching the door of the High Court. There you are. Thanks for your patience, guys. I'll slap him with my stick when he comes out. There's the prosecutor. He's basically been missing in action like today. I tell you what, Tom, I tell you, if Eck walks a morning like he might well do it before the end of 2020. I don't. I'm wondering whether he's in with his lawyers and they're telling me he doesn't have to bother bringing a toothbrush and a bag of hash to stick up his bum in the morning. Well, you don't know what you're missing then, Tracy. Best things come to those who wait. Definitely the best men. I'm living proof of that. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow, like whether the BBC and whether they sit out here or whether they're all parked outside Butte House. Heather, I know this is a live video, but you can always put it on repeat. You can always put it on repeat after you come out the bog. any relation to Kevin giving the funeral? It's all his fault I'm doing this. Oh dear. Somebody set fire to SNP headquarters. Burning the evidence. What price freedom, I tell you what. I've been up here every day. This is my 8th day. My 8th day. And I tell you what, the first 5 days were hell. They were absolute hell. But I'll tell you what, I would have missed the last 2 days because having seen how bad it all looked last week, I tell you, see everybody that donated to the earlier crowdfunder for the civil case, it probably made sure that Alec could get the best team in this one, and see the team he's got, man. It's like I've never ever seen lawyers like this. Yeah, you see things on the telly with Perry Mason and things like that, and you think, how do they match them off? Honestly, it's like these two. Say Gordon Jackson, he plays it like he's stupid, but he's not the best QC in Scotland for nothing. He plays it forgetful, but for me, Sheila McCall is absolutely, she's a Lord Advocate in waiting, absolutely, or a Lady Advocate as the case may be. When you take all these charges and all these statements and just completely dissect them, I mean, obviously the jury have got to make up their mind, but like I can be pretty confident. I can be pretty confident that they're not going to be smiling tomorrow night. But Heather, basically, like Gordon Jackson, it reminds me of Columbo a lot. He footers about and goes back to the desk to pick up a bit of paper and then comes back and then hits you with a baseball bat. Whereas if you've watched Game of Thrones, Gordon Jackson's sitting in the back of the dragon burning the hell out of everything, and Sheila McCall is like sitting with that wee stinger like ready to jab it in your neck as soon as you're not looking. I think Alex is waiting for more press to turn up. I'm going to try and get an interview tomorrow with Craig, maybe tomorrow at lunchtime, that I'll do live on here, and because by that time the case will have been finished, and they say the jury will be sequestered anyway, so it should be possible to do that. And then, assuming everything goes according to plan, I'll see if I can get Alec on his way out. I'm hearing some pipes somewhere. It's probably one of the tourist shops in the Royal Mile, wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, I hear the schools are all supposed to be. Oh God, you'll be in trouble if you're not home in time, Lyle. Your holiday will be getting cancelled. Yeah, I think there's a busker a bit higher up the road. Should maybe go and get up and come down. But then if I did that, you could guarantee the egg would come out when I was hobbling up the road. But I tell you what, this is going to be one of the most boring videos on watch. But if anybody has a watch party on this, like, you'd be able to you'd be able to self-isolate for 21 days, like, and get back for the end of the video. It'd be very good to have a piper as they would come here. It would be good to have the Sir Albert pipe band when he comes out tomorrow. But as I say, like, the way the case has been so far, I'm just up here normally. Tomorrow I'm bringing my flag with me. You've no seen the last time I bun it in me. The dream will never die. I tell you what, you're probably more fun watching somebody riveting. Oh, you know what I want, Anna? I want one of the 2004, the 2007 T-shirts. Alex Salmond for First Minister. That's what I want. And if I can't have the T-shirt, I'll take the reality. Oh, there's my favourite wee indie wife who just turned up. Hello, Miss Chapman, how you did? He already does, Sean. I spoke to him earlier on. I said, by the way, I said, there's maybe only a couple of here, but there's thousands of us supporting you, like further away. And it's no easy for people to travel the way things is happening now. But like, yous are all here, yous are all watching these, yous are all making your comments known. and I'm not passing them on individually. I don't have enough time, but Glastonbury's cancelled. Well, that's probably good. What? I'll hate to learn to talk a pile of shite, Jerry. Mind you, if they stand here much longer, I'll probably qualify. I'm not sure.
It must be some overtime. Absolutely. You must be coining it in.
Nobody's paid as much as you are.
You're not working as hard as me.
That was. You weren't inside today. That's Alex Lawyer there, by the way. That's Gordon Jackson, KC. He's an absolute beauty. I'll tell you what, for him we can read talking to the press. That was an interesting development, by the way. That was ex-KC coming out and sitting with it and joking with the press. Now, that doesn't look like a man who's losing. Mind you, he only had to question 2 witnesses a day. Sheila did the rest of them. That's the one. Best criminal QC in Scotland, boy. Oh, George, really? I know what you're talking about there. That would be absolutely mental. Do they do them in marquee size? And while we're waiting, here's a video of Sarah Jane Black like dancing and singing on a Glasgow train in the middle of the night. I'll tell you what, Brian, if you ever come straight for me, I'm going to be bolting like with the police at the back of me. My days of needing expensive lawyers are over. My daughter qualifies in another 2 months. Well, assuming of course she's allowed out the house. Belgium's in lockdown. I was just waiting for that comment coming up. Well, one of his lawyers left. His car's round the corner. Basically, when I came out, Sean, that was the case done. He's got a wee private room, like, you're up no. He's got a wee private room over there. My signal disappeared there for a minute. So, like, it could be any time. He's possibly been talking with his lawyers about tomorrow. The case starts tomorrow at 10:30 instead of at 10 o'clock for some reason or other. I think it's some kind of international business, Brian, I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, you've got to be grounded and everything. Now that's the thing you never know, but basically at the end of the day, he could have sneaked in and out the back door all the time, but he's front of it every single day. There's no reason he would change that now. I mean, it was a gauntlet of suspicion and hatred a couple of days ago. No, it's no, Anna, because when they open this door in the morning, like, you've got to get your public area pass at 9 o'clock. Now, if there's likely to be something happening tomorrow, you can bet there's going to be a queue outside this court. I've already said to them and say I've been here every single day, like, I hope I get some preferential treatment as far as that's concerned, but I don't know if it'll happen. So I'll be up here at 8:30 tomorrow just to make sure, because the public gallery's been full today and it was pretty busy yesterday as well. Mr. Murray's bolted. I read my family are freaking. It's like we pulled the kids out of school last Friday because I've got underlying conditions, and we didn't want to bring it home. And I've been up here every damn day this week, like surrounded by the mainstream media who are probably more infectious than anybody else. So, like, I'll be glad to be able to go into lockdown on Friday. Better locked down than locked up, that's for sure. I don't believe in God, Anna, but I believe in Scotland. And I believe in the Yes movement. And I believe in Alex Salmond.
Exactly what you would say. Exactly.
A wee star, I tell you, I'd eclipse you. Maybe I should go and knock his door. That's Sheila McCall there. That's Alex, other lawyer. He's got. There should be nobody else inside that he's talking to. Basically, like, if you ever get arrested for anything, like, you are likely to be going to jail for a long time. That's the lawyer to get. I'll tell you what. You know that the biggest thing that I've ever put in a live stream that was adopted got to the 27th highest hashtag in the world, and that was backdoor Boris. I used it the afternoon that he was up in Scotland, and the afternoon at the back door of the Parliament when he sneaked in there, and then completely unaware that 3 hours later he was going to sneak out the back door of Butte House, and it just completely went viral. That was mine, you can check it if you like. Yeah. I'll give you a shout on that, Sean. I got some badges made up for the 500 miles that had basically I stand with Alex Salmond on the badges, and like I had one left, and I got it to him today. I put up a photograph of it on the page, and so. Mate. Aye, backdoor Boris. That was me that coined the phrase, and George Page that made it immortal by putting on a blue plaque. Very, very good, George. I didn't chicken out for it in Inverness, and I started it with the guy across the river, and then everybody started copying me, and I've got a photograph of that. It's been withering a bit at the edges the last wee while, I know.
The government probably.
There's a lot to say that night, Sandra. The thing is, see that morning, I'd get across to Glasgow to the one at the Buchanan Steps at 9 o'clock in the morning with my son, and then I'd come back across to sit at the back of the Parliament with Julie Logan, waiting on coming in. Alex Salmond's coming out. Alex Salmond.
Alex Salmond.
Yes, I did, Judith. I was the first one to do it.
Go, guys! So day 8 of the Alex Salmond track. Mr. Salmond, in the Express and in the Sun, Hamza Yusuf is meant to be covered up the child rape gangs in Glasgow, Muslim child rape gangs.
What the hell was that about? Did you hear that, by the way? What a complete utter arsehole. Why the hell is he asking some of the things that happened to the SNP? Look, honestly, it's like vultures round a corpse. Freedom! And there you have it, guys. That was that. right? You can obviously tell that the media seem to be getting an idea how this is going to be going. Alright, right, there you go. There you can see my ugly mug again. So you just by the way they gathered round the car there, they were, that's never happened before. Not like that. So it looks like everyone's of the same opinion as me. No, that tube's bolted. For the life of me, I don't know why he's asking an ex-member of the SNP who's basically been set up with the SNP to comment on what Humza Yousaf said or done in an article that was in the Sun and the Express. What can you do? I'm afraid you get some seriously mentally ill people. Usually people that read the and that's not against mentally ill people, it's against people who voluntarily read the Express and the Sun and then use it, the stuff they've read in it. Anyway, that's day 8. It's over for the day. It's getting very close to being over for the week, and hopefully, as far as all it's concerned, over for the past 22 months since this started. Aye, George, I'm going to have to risk the bus on the way home because I stayed here so long to get this last video. So anyway, that's I'm going to shoot it now. Thanks for holding on all this time. I'll talk to you later, and I'll do some updating when I get back up the road. Have a good one. Freedom, it's coming. I don't think it's going to come as quick as we all wanted it. I think we're going to have to do some serious reorganisation of how we're going to do it, and it's going to take time. It's going to take work, but it just depends how much you want it. Talk to you later. The verdict might be the morning, but it'll be the last day as well. Hi guys, up at Edinburgh High Court again, hopefully for the last day, depending on what happens. Got here before 9 o'clock, thinking I better go up there and make sure I get a ticket to get in, and there's happening to be here after all that nonsense. So I'm going to get my ticket, and once I've got it in my hand, I'll be a bit happier, because there's been nothing worse than being here every day and then getting pushed to the end. So, as you will see, the hailstorms and everything's all finished in Edinburgh. Sun's shining. I've got my flags in my bag just in case. This morning, Defence is going to finish their case. Gordon's Action QC for the Defence said yesterday that they didn't have very much to do this morning, and then that would be that. When that's finished, he'll probably make a motion. He'll probably make a motion to ask the judge to basically find that the charges are uncorroborated, and ask the judge to dismiss. The judge might say yes, the judge might say no. I couldn't tell you about that. Then the defence will then make the final statement to the jury. Then the prosecution will make the final statement to the jury. Then the judge will sum up, and then the jury will basically retire to decide their verdict. That could be sometime today if it goes quick. Basically, the quicker the verdict is, probably the better it is for Alec. The chances that it's going to be tomorrow, but as I say, you never know. These things are completely mental. So that's basically the story of the day. I'll be out of the breaks once time etc. giving you more information. Craig Murray's thing is his blog's up with everything that happened yesterday. I'll talk to you later. Nobody wants your photo, Craig. Good luck, Alec.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning.
I'm not taking my flag out now, and when he walks through here, I'll have the flags out then. I'm going to wait till we get a verdict first. Talk to you later, that was a quickie. Good afternoon, people. Well, that's the defence finished their case. There's been all sorts of nonsense this morning. The first day was, when it all started, Craig Murray was basically ejected to the court on the advice of the judge for a possible contempt of court for his blogs. So that basically happened at 10 o'clock. Then the defence called 4 or 5 witnesses. The prosecution have done slightly more cross-examining this morning, but the case is now over. The last sort of half hour there have been legal arguments. Well, the jury's been sent away. The judges asked the prosecution and the defence how they want to play it with their final speeches. It appears like I thought that the prosecution were going to try and play Moore off because they don't have any corroboration. Is now the prosecution now put up to the judge what he thinks or what he says is corroboration of five facts, and the defence have said that they want to stay as far away from Moore as possible because it turns out that the High Court appeal where Moore was discredited, I believe this judge was the person who actually sat on it, who overruled it. So like, I'm not quite sure about that. So basically, at the end of the day, the prosecution are pinning their hope on the fact that if you throw enough shit, something will stick. If something sticks, it must all be true. That's basically their approach to it. Although it's been obvious it's been that for the time the charges were read out. So like, the defence, I believe, are just going to try and take everything apart the way they've done through the case and prove how they've done that with their witnesses, and they want to stay away from Murov completely. The prosecution are making their end statements. I actually thought the defence made theirs first and then the prosecution finished it, but it's been a long day since I've been in court. The prosecution are going to be doing their closing statements this afternoon from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, the defence are going to do their closing statements, and then the judge will do her advice to the jury, and the jury will be sent out probably tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to be a little bit longer than we thought. The deck and closing statements are going to take about 2 hours each. But the big news is Craig. Basically, they believe that his blogs actually have been contempt of court, which is a bit of a shocker. So yeah, you just need to be a wee bit careful what you are saying in there, because they are watching social media and they are going to grab people for contempt. So that's basically what's happened this morning. That's what's going to be happening this afternoon, and that's what's going to be happening tomorrow. So I'm going to go to a fag now because I've not had one. They didn't have a morning break this morning because we were a wee bit late starting because they opened up the court so that they could kick Craig out, but they didn't open it for us. The first thing I knew was that 2 policemen stopped him at the bottom of the stairs. We'll see how it goes anyway. I'd just been talking to him earlier on as well. He says, well, wouldn't it be fun to be standing in that dock? Oh dear, famous last words. Anyway, so good luck, Craig. Good luck, Alec. I'll be back on later on, let you know what's happening. I'm going to check what yous have all been up to this morning and to find out, like, if the soldiers have shut down my road home. Talk to you later. Dean, it's... I'm not going to stop just now, I'm just going to answer Dean. Dean, yes you could. Yes you could. But basically what's happened the last half hour, mate, is the prosecution have put 5 of the complainers together with statements that were made, some of them that were made in court and some that were made on police statements to try and prove Murov. Now, at the end of the day, they are very, shall we say, tenuous connections. So, like, I don't know. It's very unlikely, unless, I mean, basically the prosecution case has been bullshit, baffles brains. The more you hit them with, the less they'll understand and you get away with it. So I don't think the judge is actually going to instruct to find not guilty. I think she basically has to, like, point out what the law is to the jury, and then get them to weigh the evidence. As I say, like, Murov, although it has been used, is going to be kept pretty much out of the closing speeches. So that should sort of clear your head on that one. Right, I shall talk to you later. I'm dying for some nicotine. Bye guys. Hi guys. Basically, half an hour into the prosecution sum up, and I just said as much of that guy, his voice and his manner of it, like his stomach. So basically, I picked up my bag and I walked out right in the middle of his speech, quietly. But honestly, it's what a pile. They're playing Murov. He's playing it to death. Going for patterns because there's no evidence that's been presented. I just couldn't listen to him. So I'm afraid I'll let you in the day. I can't tell you what's going to be said, apart from the fact that it was bollocks. So I'm on my way home, and I'll be back in the morning to hear the defence slamming them. It's like there's enough bloody pollution in my head with hearing most of that crap all afternoon. So my battery's a bit flat. I need to stick my charger on when I get down to the bus. I'll come back on later, but basically I'm not in court anymore, I'm away. I'll catch up with you shortly. Morning guys, just arrived at Edinburgh High Court for what's likely to be the last day, not including the verdict probably. This morning the defence are going to do their summing up to the jury, followed by Lady Darian, who will then instruct the jury on legal definitions and stuff like that. It's been a bit of a long haul. I'll need to leave at lunchtime today. I've got an appointment this afternoon I can't miss, so the chances are if the jury gets sent out today, this will be my last time here. It's going to be quite an interesting morning, I think. I thought that was on arriving there, but it's not. So it's going to be the most electric morning of the whole trial, because I rate Alex's lawyers higher than I ever thought I'd rate a lawyer in my life, and then we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It's going to be a really interesting morning. I say I'll keep you in touch as much as possible. That's about it for now. So just letting you know what's happening. Alex due it's quite soon. I was ready to be quite early today. He's arriving at about 9 o'clock the last couple of days. So I'll talk to you later. Cheers. Freedom! Drink your hair, da. Talk to you later. Right.
I'm up here at the High Court today, Alex, just to show my support for you. I can't come in because I've got the dogs because of the social distancing element of today's society. But yeah, Dave's doing his blog, and I thought I'd come up and say I'm standing by you, Alex, because you stood by Scotland, and I actually think that the British establishment is doing a pure hat job on you, pal. Best of luck and justice for Alex Salmond.
Cheers, Dean. Good morning, people. The defence have just finished their sum up. Gordon Jackson QC took to the stand after in front of the jury, and he started off with the 2 attempted rape cases. Basically, took one apart by saying, look, the person who actually said it happened when it happened wasn't even there, and that the defence have proved that. So it's rubbish, and then he went on to say that the other attempted rape charge was actually I'm not going to say that just now. Oops, I'll end up like Craig. But basically he's demolished both of them. He then went into the sexual assault charges, and he took them apart one by one, producing witnesses who said that things didn't happen. It's been an absolute masterclass in how the law is actually applied. In about 10 minutes time, we'll be back in here, the judge's final summing up. As I say, I now really regret that I didn't watch the whole thing, and the prosecutor yesterday, but I just couldn't handle it. But this thing this morning, it was absolutely taken apart. And not only that, but he pointed out stuff that I had actually missed, as in like some of the prosecution witnesses actually cutting across what other prosecution witnesses had said. He basically accused. He didn't actually. He didn't actually say that. That I believe his witness A was a liar, but he basically said that it would appear that that person, that other witnesses were afraid to actually get involved with getting the gang together in a WhatsApp group to put this together. I'm being seriously careful what I'm saying just now, and, because the jury's about to get sent out in the next hour. There's a lot more that I could actually say on this without identifying people, but I can't actually say it before the jury's gone out. So there'll be much more on this later on. I don't want to say anything at all that could risk anything just now. It's been an absolute brilliant morning. As I say, honestly, I've never seen. Well, you see it in Hollywood movies. You see these lawyers. This Dodder and old QC as he's been for the last like 2 weeks really, and all of a sudden he just completely sliced and diced it. He took everything apart in an hour and a half and basically ripped it all to bits and he says, I don't have to prove it. He says the prosecution have to prove it, and the prosecution have produced no evidence, not one single bit of corroborated evidence. So it's not the prosecution that have to prove it. Sorry, it's not the defence that have to prove it, it's the prosecution. But in saying it and doing that, the defence have actually produced evidence that some of these things did not happen. I'm looking forward to Alex going free. I don't think it'll be today. I'm going in to hear the judges summing up in 10 minutes, and then I'll let you know what happens there. That is going to be so interesting because on the points of law, everybody knows what way the prosecution's going, they know what they're trying to do. The defence turned it around. The prosecution were talking patterns yesterday to try and prove a Murov connection. The defence took on the things that had been said yesterday about patterns and said, oh aye, there are patterns, but not the patterns that he's talking about. These are the patterns, and the patterns are basically a conspiracy for political advantage against Alex Salmond. That's what was said. It was a masterclass. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to have a fag before I go back in. Hi guys. Lady Dorian has just finished her summing up. As expected, it all came down to Murov. She spent about 20 minutes explaining to the jury what Murov was. If you go back to my post last night of a thing that Lady Dorian has actually done previously, that is pretty much word for word what she said to the jury regarding that. It's, I kind of thought it might be, as I told you last night. So anyway, Alex defence put up an absolutely brilliant thing at the end there. I'm 99% certain, unless by some sheer fluke they've managed to get 15 members of a force for good in the jury, there's no a hope in hell they're going to get the level of proof, I believe, to get the two worst charges. Now, the other charges are basically the sexual assaults and the indecent assaults are actually the same. The only difference is that it was an indecent assault before 2009. I thought it was 2010 when there was a new law come out which basically redefined what was an offence under common law and replaced it with an offence that was under statute. So they're basically the same offences, but they were, they're classified differently. So that's basically what's happened there today. Been pretty much spot on with that this week. Everything is continuing after lunch. The jury's going out. Now, I don't make predictions. I'm confident at the end of the day, considering the amount of weight that has basically been put on the Get Alex Salmond campaign by people with personal axes to grind, who have been able to use anonymity to be able to grind those axes with complete impunity, because they can't even be identified. If Alec walks free on every single charge, it's so like there's I'm not going to say any more than that until the jury's come back with their verdicts. But the judge has played it completely, scrupulously fairly. I've been really impressed with the judge. At the end of the day, she's allowed both cases to go on. She can read the QC, both the prosecution and the defence's minds, and she'll come out and tell them to stop before they've even said something, just because she recognises the line of questioning. If I was ever up for a capital offence, then I would be more than happy with her sitting on the bench. Hopefully I'm not, but like, it's a capital offence for Alec, and she said that. At the end of the day, the press will go out and say what they said. I don't know how much the mainstream media are going to concentrate on Gordon's action this morning, because the media have got an axe to grind as well politically, and many of them hate Alex. But the wee man got or the big man, or he's a wee man compared to me. But he got the best defence money could buy, and basically I don't think anybody could have done any more. And there's a lot more to tell you after the jury's come back with a verdict, because I can tell you lots more about what happened in the court. It doesn't affect the witnesses or things like that, but may well be said that it could affect the jury's decision. So basically that's it for the minute. I'm heading off now to go and get my appointment with the doctors, and they say the jury's out after lunch. If they come back today, which I find they'll be very unlikely, the only reason that they could come back today is if they completely believe the defence and just basically throw it away. But I think given the way that the case has gone, and because it involves so many women, I think there's a fair possibility that they'll actually give it time to actually consider the evidence. But I think we'll get a verdict on Monday. By that time, I don't know if it'll be possible to come up to him. We could all be in lockdown by then. So that's it for now, guys. I'll see you later on. I've got lots more to tell you, but no, I can remember them now. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Morning, guys. I left home an hour and a half ago to get up in time. and I've been running around Edinburgh like a complete dickhead thanks to Edinburgh Council's parking policies and the fact that the machine down at the Parliament is not working to actually be able to pay by card. So like I'm back home and I'm not going to run uptown since I don't have to take the bus. It's an absolute fucking disaster, if you'll pardon my French. Anyway, I should be in about half an hour's time, so I'll get up before the court enters and then just get ready for the results. To say I'm not going into court today because that would probably be quite irresponsible. But I'll be outside and got some flags to set up on the what do you call it? On the barriers outside when he gets out. So that's it for now. Let's go and try again. See you later. If you all hear Edinburgh Council, give this a big thumbs up. Good morning, people. In spite of all the nonsense earlier on, I got here after all. So anyway, surprise, surprise. Alex already here, probably. I'm going to let you see what's happening around about. It looks like that's probably Sky's cameras are socially isolating. And of course STV are here. The photographers and the film people have almost disappeared completely. There's one or two here. Still quite a lot of police. But it seems to be the only people who are actually working, in fact I think they've got double shifts on the day in Edinburgh, are parking attendants. Because I ended up coming up here this morning, driving around for an hour and a half, couldn't find a single place that I'd have to pay £17.50 till lunchtime, and eventually thought, bugger it, I just went home and then got brought back up again. So hopefully I won't have to risk the bus on the way home, because as far as I know the buses are running on Sunday times a day. So anyway, that's basically what's happening here. So I'll let you back to my beautiful face again. So, the jury are due to come back this morning and continue their deliberations. The court is actually still open to the public, but there's a lot less tickets, but there's hardly any public. So I might actually go in after all, because they're taking precautions in the court, which are obviously official, to make sure there's nothing dangerous. So I have got my ticket, and I'll probably be going in when they call us in, because at the end of the day I'm not quite sure how that's going to happen. I reckon Alex is going to he'll probably get called up in the morning, like, although I'm not quite sure exactly. We'll find out anyway. Anyway, that's basically it. There's very little happening just now. There's a fair possibility it'll go well into the day if we get a result today. I don't expect we're going to get it first thing in the morning, considering everybody's going to be at home. But I expect that the fact that they've been home at the weekend will have given the mom a good chance to actually sit and think about it, even though they'll not be doing it together. So like there might be some quite quick movement once they actually get together this morning, who knows. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll keep you updated as things happen. And like if you walk later on, I've got my flags out here, like stick over these fences. See you later. Morning guys. We're 20 minutes into the morning. Judge and jury have just appeared. Before the jury come in, basically the jury has now been reduced to 13 due to circumstances I don't actually have the details for, but basically the jury is now 13, but they still need 8 to convict. So it's no longer necessary to be an 8-7, it needs to be an 8-5 to get a conviction on a majority. So that's great news for Alec to start with. As I say, like it's impossible to go into the details about why. That'll be for another day probably. But great news so far. The jury is now reduced to 13 and they need 8 for a majority verdict. That's about it for now. Basically, otherwise, the public gallery we're now sitting 2 seats apart for each other, which is absolutely brilliant. The press are still crammed in like sardines into a can, which basically means if anybody's going to catch it, the most deserving people in our society will get it first. So that's it. Now we're just basically waiting for a verdict. But it seems that the press are expecting it because they've got their big fluffy microphones set up in front of the court today in a way that they don't normally have. I'll show you that now. Give me a second. Oh, what? So it would appear that they're expecting it today as well. So anyway, that's it for the morning. You can share that information that I've put out. Don't speculate about why or anything else because you'll just get into trouble. And remember, we are in the middle of a bloody virus situation. Right, talk to you later. Bye bye. What is it? No pineapple. Cheers, man.
Hey James, maybe I mentioned in my post this morning.
Pull that end. Right, cheers. There you are. We just got free pizza from Pizza Express. This is Jamie for Pizza Express. He's out giving us all free pizza, which is absolutely gentleman. Puts Alec. There you go. So they're closing down, so they're just.
Thank you very much, Jamie.
It's now lunchtime, and thank you very much, Pizza Express.
Jamie.
He says that Prince Andrew was not in Edinburgh. There you go. So I'm afraid we don't have a result yet, guys. It's lunchtime. Prosecution's just disappeared off down that road, that's basically it until at least 2 o'clock. So I was just to give Pizza Express a wee shout out there because that was really kind of them to turn up and give a load of free pizza. Talk to you later. Good afternoon, guys. Wee update. Gordon Jackson QC, Alex still the main lawyer, just came out and we asked him if he was expecting a verdict today, and he said aye. So it looks like we should get something in the next 3 hours. I've got no idea what that's likely to be, although I'm confident it's going to go the right way. Hello Lorna, how are you doing? By the way, Lorna, just while you're on, have you any idea what's happening with Ronald's funeral? because I gather it's going to be very quiet. You can let me know, because I'd be interested in, obviously, you can let me know anyway. But so, anyway, it's been an interesting morning, starting with the jury being cut to 13, and of course they still need to have the 8, so we're going to find out. According, well, obviously he can't be sure, but he's confident it's going to arrive this afternoon, and he didn't look. I mean, although it's hard to say, because he does play poker really well, the man, but he's just away down that road at the back of me. So like, it's going to be an eventful afternoon. They've got the microphone set up at the front of the court, which, considering that there's unlikely to be a statement at the front of the court if he gets found guilty, the press have obviously got an idea that he might be coming out the front afterwards. Normally if he's found guilty, it's unlikely to be coming out the front door. So I'm just gibbering here.
You want a drink?
No, I'm fine, man. Aye. So basically, I would be pretty confident that the next stream that I do, hopefully I'll have innocent on all charges above it. Let's hope so. Talk to you later.